Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FTRL. It is back on GT Sport, and it is week 4 of our career mode. This week it is the Italian Stallion week, and we are racing in Ferraris at 2 Italian tracks, first Monza and later on Lago Maggiore. So joining me in comms tonight is SBY and Switchback. Good evening, gents.
Good evening.
How are we? Have we recovered from last night's antics?
Yeah. Very enjoyable.
A couple of races. Probably the first time this season we've been running on normal slipstream, so I think the races kind of followed a little bit of a more... they were a little bit less chaotic than, say, the kart week and the roaster week. Yeah. But the action was intense as ever.
Monza was a little bit more spread out, a lot of spot a bit of a slipstream train for the whole race, but Rom and SBY and Dartbolt kind of bolted off quite quickly, and there was a gap behind me as well, so it was kind of a lot more spread out I think last night, so interesting to see if that's the same tonight.
Yeah, for the first qualifying lap we're on board with T. Smith then, who is the first one to set a flying lap. Here he goes, I'll run down to the first chicane, braking late as he dares, punches down the gearbox all the way to first. Curb through the first chicane, trying to pull in the grab on the exit, nice and tidy through there. Now he's head up to Curva Grande, flat out acceleration zone, inside here.
Honestly, Carl are far too close. What did he do?
Moving around and braking now for the second chicane. One of the tricky ones, the car snaking around underneath there. So Tom's gets it. And it sounds like there's some chaos going on a bit further back. And we'll stay on board with T. Smith and avoid the chaos as he goes through the first of the Lesmos, using all the run-off area.
Interesting. I'm at top lead.
It's not going well. We're going on stump over T. To Ascari, then on board with T. Smith. Then, he's had a big moment there as he tips in. The back end trying to get away from him. But gets away with it just about. Another run down to the Parabolica. Ascari is probably the trickiest section on this track in this car on these tyres, isn't it? I find that's like, because you want to carry so much speed in there and the tyres just don't want to comply, I found. He brakes late as he dares for Parabolica. Nicely, uses all the track, and our first flying lap will be with us in about 3 seconds time. It does a 56.3.
Oh, Ganny's just
bad lap there, but a little bit off the pace from last night. A little bit off the pace compared to last night, wasn't it? 55.6 in qualifying, wasn't it? 55.4, sorry, wasn't it? 55.4. So. Very, very quick lap times last night. I
imagine they've got a lot of lap time left. Well, apparently I'm quiet and can't hear SBY, so...
Steph and Phoebe working together. The 7th Wonder. So getting together, they look like they're about spaced out nicely enough that they should be getting the slipstream. Steph benefiting from Phoebus. They're currently 5th and 6th. So after the
boys are working together.
So T. Smith currently on provisional pole with Pagani 2nd. City Posh is 3rd, Blue Flag in 4th. Then you've got Phoebe and Steph 5th and 6th. Unsafe Relief in 7th after that little punterino that's happened at the second chicane. Pressure Daddy in P8. Nightmare in P9, again, good show, Mikey in 10th.
Tom did Ascari much better. He was already up by 400, so I imagine this is going to be an improvement of at least a couple of 10.
Just one corner to go then, up in the Parabolica, round he comes. Astro. time is a 55.9, so he drops below 156, the first driver to do so.
Four shot. Two.
Porsche 56.1. So he jumps ahead of Pagani.
Interesting, my game's just crashed.
Yeah. We will keep your seat warm for you.
PP5.
There we go. Let's improve as he has. 56.6. To go behind him on a 56.7, so just a tenth separating the two teammates there. And safe release has caught Junkie Sport again. And this has already gone badly once, hopefully this time. And he does not want to be doing that because he's just gone purple through the first sector, so he's going to be chomping at the bit, hoping Junkie Sport gets out of his way. Now those two teammates. They are teammates, aren't they? Junkie and Unsafe.
Yes. I believe they are, but they're too close. And this is probably hindering them more than it's helping them, to be perfectly honest. Can't see being this close helping anyone. Unless you're Gran and Aaron.
Well, it's already gone badly once, hopefully this time they'll get it right. But Sport continues to lead Unsafe around. Unsafe purple through the first sector. He's now down in the second sector though in his current time, so this strategy is not currently working. You can see there he's a lot quicker through Ascari as he comes to the exit there. He's now giving Junkie Sport a push down the straight.
Pagani's going to be first. You can actually get another lap in actually, Pagani. Just.
Has overtaken T-Smith on track, which is interesting. Push Paula in the 57s.
Quite as quick as last night, aren't they? Interesting. I mean, some of the things last night were quite quick.
Yeah, there was a definitely say it's quicker lobby last night, strangely enough. I would have thought that T-Smith might have been closer, but I mean Rom and SBY last night were just on incredible form in qualifying. Those low 50 or mid 55s that they were doing were just very, very impressive laps, considering Rom did his without a slipstream. Well, so he completely outdone. T-Smith has gone fastest of all through the first sector. But had a large, the guys would have got a penalty, so he might he's going to bail out, so he's not going to complete his lap. T-Smith looks like he's got pole secured. Who else has gone through? So City Posh has finished. He's now no better than P2. Oh, yep, all 3 seconds as well. He's had a big cut somewhere.
No,
so
he's ignored a yellow flag. I think it was because he overtook Pagani, and just as he overtook, I think it went to yellow flag.
Oh, not good then. So that is qualifying done. And T-Smith will be on pole position then. T-Smith, if you can stop doing donuts and get to the finish line, we might actually get on with the race a bit quicker. If you're listening, just saying.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. To just the audio mix apparently. Right.
GT is an absolute pain in the ass.
Where do I do? So then T-Smith will line up for this race on pole position, bullying some of the drivers for no particularly good reason. It's just the guy he is. City Posh will line up on the front row with him. And Pagani in third. Feber then jumped up to 4th there. That great lap from him. He splits the Pagani's podium points. Here we go then. So the first of 2 races tonight, 16 laps of historic Monza. Smith then on pole position alongside City Posh, Pagani and Feber on row 2, blue flag, and Steph on row 3, unsafe, and Junkie Sport on the 4th row. The revs are up. We've got red lights and we're green. Not a good stop from City Posh. Oh, one of the cars has had a didn't get away. It was Joe. And a very poor start. Did he get away at all? That's my question. He has eventually. I think he might have jumped the start. T. Smith leads into turn 1. City Posh has held on to P2. Fever challenging Pagani around the outside of turn 2.
Unsafe and pro top Steph goes side by side a bit further back.
P5, Stefan unsafe as you were. Junkie Sport in 8th, Brett is 9th. 10th is just Mikey. Nobby Norris challenging him to the second chicane. Devil might have tucked him behind him and called for jumping the start. Oh, wrong for Sai already. He's down to 10th, 11th, 12th.
12, oh god.
Sai, a mistake on the opening lap, and he loses a handful of positions there. They were still quite close together, so the penalty is not befitting the crime. Emil Bread in the gravel in the background at the second Lesmo.
Pagani's past City Porsche.
Right, I am back in the room. Thank you, Peterman. The joys of having a new console. I have my audio set to don't allow on broadcast. It's a great start.
T. Smith leads it, and he is trying to break away. This could be potentially be a slipstream train if they can all stay close enough. Pagani is bringing that gap down though. He's going to bring City Posh with him. The top 3 have made a bit of a break. As we saw last night.
Oh, Unsafe just clipping the grass on the entrance to Parabolica. He held on to it. Junkie Sport will be behind him now. Junkie Sport behind him. Unsafe will be hoping that he isn't harbouring a grudge from qualifying.
Well, their teammates are hoping they'll be working the team game. So 2 ahead of them should be Fever and Steph. As we saw last night, we've got 3 car break away for the lead. Pagani now right on the back of Tom as they come into the braking zone for the first chicane again.
Exchange positions once. What we, the front 3, myself, Rom and Dartbolt managed to do last night in order to get away was just not battle to overtake and just sort of push each other down the straights and try and open up a bit of a gap, so we'll see if they can do that.
I imagine those 3 should be able to. Steph has got ahead of his teammate. So he's now running 4th, Fever in 5th and Safe in 6th. Hopefully running to each other. Brady Daddy trying to bridge that gap between Junkie Sport and himself. Get himself onto the back of this train. Junkie Sport still in slipstream range of these 3 that we're currently watching. Meanwhile up front, as you were, T. Smith has a half-second penalty though. Had a little bit of a cut probably at the second chicane.
Feber having a look at Steph done outside of the straight. He's got past him.
Oh, Nobby Norris is spanning and he's collected Devil.
Oh no.
Nobby Norris.
It's all gone wrong.
Steph having to defend from unsafe as they come into the... Oh, he's gone in hot, very hot. Gets it stopped, or gets it just about stopped in time. Avoid running into the gravel, but that's unsafe through, and has a bit of a gap opened up. Now, can he hang on to the slipstream? Will Junkie Spot push him? Fever ghosted as they came into this scar, and I don't know if that just took Steph's eye. It's giving Junkie Spot a
go
run
for the overtake.
to the Parabolica. He will get the move done. Brother Daddy is now with them as well. He's bridged that gap. Steph trying to cut back underneath Junkie Sport out of the Parabolica though. These 2 are battling, and that's going to be costing
each other.
Costing these 2 time in that battle. But stay in touch with the 2 Germans ahead of him, Fever and Unsafe. Slightly in different teams, these 2 will try and work together. It's 3 wide behind. Bread now trying to get involved. Steph down the inside into the first chicane.
T. Smith with a big old slide out of the chicane.
Yeah, I had a couple of moments like that last night trying to get on the power. I mean,
It's
not a very drivable car. It's got a moment in it, definitely. City Posh is just on the cusp of losing slipstream here. I imagine he'll probably make it up in the corners. Pagani probably trying to...
Bolt is not wrong in the chat. I mean, he's quoting Tom.
Sausage curb.
He's quoting Tom from last night. We'll see penalties later on in the race when it comes to business. Yes. Business it will be. Well, he's pushing hard, is T. Smith. He's making a few mistakes with it as well.
So that second chicane is very tricky to get right. You kind of need to be braking early, don't you? Get yourself settled and then you can sort of attack the first part. Give yourself a good line through the corner to attack the second part. Get your wheels over the sausage curb, just a nice line.
Yeah.
But you're obviously at risk of being overtaken in the braking zone, so it's a balancing act.
Shaping that. Yeah, he's sort of getting rid of that penalty nicely. I don't think these three have got anything to worry about really for the next 10-11 laps unless they're feeling adventurous. Already 3 seconds back to Fever, who's got past unsafe.
Mike's had a moment.
Still looking to work together.
Mikey. Oh yeah, Mike's back in 13th.
Still a little bit off parabolic. He made a bit of a break from Steph. Pushed that too far.
Ready to lead it now.
Gap. I think Steph's still got the slipstream and Brett there as well. So blue flag coming back through after his earlier moment. P9. We've got Devils in 10th after the moment he had with Nobby Norris, who's 11th. Boy in 12th.
Brett's looking down the outside. Oh, he just had to pull out there and give Steph the room.
Oh, what's happened to Fever? Fever's down in P9. Oh, Fever's in the gravel again.
Oh,
Fever's had an off somewhere.
It's all gone a bit wrong there, hasn't it? I don't know where.
Big off as well.
He must have been the first.
He must have just sent it. Yeah, he must have sent it into turn 1.
His lap time was 57.6, so that's similar. So yeah, it looks like it's turn 1. He's had a moment. That's unsafe on his own. Oh, there's a bollard in the middle of the track coming out of the second chicane. One of those big bollards. You do not want to hit that because that will stop you dead.
It's going to be fun.
Watch out for that. Hopefully everybody will avoid it, but somebody has clouted that.
Oh, Tom's off. Oh, he's on the gravel.
He's wide, he's pulling
back
back
to
in.
the big moment, but he has now lost the front two.
So easy to do. Here comes unsafe release.
It's exactly what I did last night.
It's going to go flying past.
It's not often Tom make a mistake, but he didn't seem to be completely at one with the car.
Something got in his head from that. I don't know what it was, but he was fine first lap. Second, third lap, he just started making just pushing the car a little bit too hard. It's cost him. There's still time, but he's going to find it very hard to catch up with the front two now.
So now it's battle for 2 for the lead. By the look of it, it's Pagani and it's City Posh. Now Cam T. Smith. Where is he down to? He's down to 4th. He's just about on the fringes of slipstream from unsafe, so he might be able to get back onto the podium. He's got Junkie Sport behind him, and Junkie Sport will more than likely want to attack.
Bolt not being very charitable in the chat, which is going to be yeah.
Go on, T. Smith, do it again.
To be fair, I think City Posh is his teammate. I think.
Yeah.
Junkie Sport's to the outside as they come to the first chicane. T. Smith having to go defensive. That's just going to compromise. They're going to be losing. Oh, unsafe has a wiggle on acceleration. Almost ends up in the gravel.
Junkie Sport joining this party now.
Steph's coming as well. Steph's just about on the back of this. Blue flag for cover.
I was going to say, I hope nobody has taken Bolt's advice in the chat earlier and set their brake balance to +5. That was a joke, people.
Yeah. Did you remember what twitchier than we did last night? I remember watching the stream back and they're much twitchier. I never noticed much last night. We all seem to have it quite balanced, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes you can have a different in lobby.
We're just better.
These are the noobs.
I mean, the table makes that a complete lie, but you know.
Yeah.
Just posting the chat. I haven't seen T. Smith in this position in a long while. What, 4th?
Yeah. Not since the go-karts, anyway.
Yeah, true.
He has lost a bit of time to unsafe, so I don't know. I think he needs to get back in. I don't know if he's lost his head a little bit.
It's gone. It's gone.
Just
Settle down.
needs to go.
Oh, Junkie Sport.
Oh,
Going
unsafe.
through
Oh,
the
it's
gravel.
Carl, it's Carl.
Well through the gravel. Steph takes that one. That was a gift. And that's going to let blue flag onto the back of him now as well. So blue flag recovery is being helped by the guys ahead of him, just throwing it off the track.
I like Steph's livery. Pretty smart.
Very nice.
I mean, if you have to put orange on a Ferrari, it's a good effort.
Let's have this while we're having a bit of a lull. Let's have a look at the liveries. And so Pagani's gone for his Bottle in red. Which is nice. Nice enough. Too bad. City Porsches is just rubbish. Done nothing. Why bother?
It's very simple.
Why bother? I mean, City Porsches, you've had a whole week and you've done that. I mean, it's not exactly an art attack, is it?
No, it's really
Step
not.
a little bit hot into the first chicane there, trying to get past T. Smith.
I think he should put some Puma logos on the side of his car.
A little bit. So now I do like unsafes. Honestly, it's a tribute to Michael Schumacher. Very nice job he's done with that one too. Do keep fighting Michael. T. Smith there with the deadbolt. He seems to have got himself a little bit settled down again. He's got a personal best through the first sector. Quite a lot of curves there though. And that bollard is still causing people problems. That's a second penalty.
Yeah.
There's a big cut. That bollard is definitely causing some people a little bit of problems.
You can only do a tiny cut of the second part, like a little tiny. You can go all four wheels, but it can't be much on it at all.
Yeah, you can bump it. You can bump it over, but you have to be in third gear, and you have to, like you say, don't push it too hard.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I didn't get it right, but a couple of times near the end I got it bang on, and you make so much time up there. It's such a tight line between penalty and getting it bang on.
Yeah, you can see Unsafe did that there. He's gained half a second on T. Smith since that chicane.
Step a little hot there into the Scari. That's cost him a bit of a run. That's let blue flag back onto his tail. Now blue flag's livery is probably my favourite.
I don't like it anymore, but that's only because I spent most of the 2 practice races we had on Wednesday looking at the back of it. So I saw ponies for about. Yeah, I saw ponies for about 25 out of the 30 laps that we did. So.
Those two run race together, and you've got Junkie Sport. Of course, Junkie Sport with his Terminator livery he's gone for, so we're going to retreat to the Pink Panther a little later on. Here comes blue flag on Steph in the battle for P5. Side by side. Blue flag has the inside.
Turn one a bit.
Steph's going to try and hang on around the outside, but blue flag gets the move done.
Blue flag. Nicely done.
It's a real confidence. Steph's livery looks very nice in orange with the fade to black at the back. Flash of the lights there as that will work together. And they're going to try and pull away. Junkie Sport is still very much in touch. He's bringing bread with him again, and then the recovering Fever. He's got himself 1.2 seconds penalty, so he's got a bit of penalty. Oh, he's clipped the grass at the curve of Grande. Safe drifted very wide there. It's just a slight moment of lack of concentration. Almost cost him big time. And Bollard has been hit by somebody. He's now toppled over, and it's a bit more towards the inside, so there should be a bit more room for the drivers now. Aubrey Norris in 10th.
Interestingly though, the front two aren't exactly running away, but even though they're in slip of each other, this lap hasn't exactly been great because unsafely, as you saw, clattered that and they've not really lost anything. So the front do need to get a bit of a move on you, I think, because I think if these two start working together, I think they give you on the back of them.
City Posh.
There's time left to do it.
Posh looking a little bit ragged coming through this Sky, but they're doing okay. These two just not tripping over each other. They've got a nice little gap at the moment, so Pagani can just run his own lines. City Posh isn't compromising himself into the braking zones, so these two are doing alright. T. Smith has caught the back of them safe.
And prototype Steph.
This is where the battle is at the moment now. Yeah, this is the battle here at the moment, so blue flag leads.
Might give Brett an opportunity now.
It's now right on the back of Steph, and Fever's back on the back of this pack as well, so we've got a battle of 5 here.
We'll be in depth as well, time for a lot of battle.
If your Brett is your daddy here, like, do you try and go for the move or risk losing the two ahead of you, or do you just?
I think he's going for it.
He's gone for it. He's a little bit far back though. Trying to get rid of his penalty maybe. Yeah, he's just dropped in. There you go.
There he goes.
Let's get rid of that.
Fever's dropped about.
Fever right with him though.
P5 and now Crew together. This is what I expected last night, a bit more of a bigger train, but I think it just, the gaps opened up quite early on, as they did this race as well. So we had three.
Most of my race in no man's land.
Pagani's in the gravel. Just dips his left side tyres. And the second penalty on City Posh with the trouble.
City Posh has got the penalty though.
City Posh covers the game.
Oh, Carl's a bit wide.
Oh, and he's wide out first left.
City Posh.
Oh, somebody's hit that ball on. Ball's now out of the way.
Carl got all out of shape coming out the second chicane.
Well, he clapped. Well, the good thing is he did clap that ball on. That ball is now on the run-off area, so it's out of the way again. So the drama is averted.
City Posh was close there. He had his moment, picked up his penalty, and he was very close to being out of slipstream range. He's just holding on.
Battle. Mikey and Joe running around on their own. Oh, Brendan's daddy's coming hot to Ascari. Through goes Fever. Fever's going to want to try
one corner you cannot go in hot in at all. It completely ruins your life all the way through it.
That has lost them the slipstream though to Steph, who's right on the back of Drinky Sport. Meanwhile, Blue Flag trying to make a break. Steph down the inside into the Parabolica. Oh, he's got in hot contact on Apex. Drinky Sport just caught the back as Steph went across the nose of him. And then
this is all helping Blue Flag here.
He is now out of slipstream range. Trying to make a break in P5. Smith is back ahead of Unsafe in the battle for the final step of the podium, but these two are still working together. But
the only place City Posh can get rid of that penalty is Ascari. It's the only place you get rid of it very good. Everywhere else, you can't lose it like normally. You need to just break somewhere.
We just saw the only other place you can feasibly do it is the first chicane. If you break a tad before you come out of it, like as you cut in the first right hand, then you just touch the brake a little bit. You can shave a bit off of there, but that's it. And it is difficult. We saw people hanging on to their penalties all the way through the race yesterday.
Tom's not gaining anything whatsoever here on P3.
It's very tricky because obviously Pagani and T Smith are probably running a similar pace.
Seems to have got the hang of things again though. 156.2 last time out, and he's trying to drop Unsafe, but he's nearly there.
Unsafe's pace just dropped off over the last few laps or so. I think he's had a couple of dodgy maybe laps.
157s, yeah.
Still on the back of him though, so he's not gone away.
One thing I found with this car, it's really quick, but I was very inconsistent actually. I've been in the low 56s, and the next lap I've been a 57.5, and it's just very inconsistent from lap to lap.
Not had any lap times in the 55s yet in the race, surprisingly. Quite a common thing though. All Unsafe's very wide, both and T Smith as well. Both running wide at Parabolica, so they're pushing, but they're losing time by doing that.
Get rid of 4 times of that penalty, so he's getting rid of it quite quickly now.
Using the slipstream, if he can just ease off a little bit early here. Going to get rid of a couple more tenths. So going a little bit hot, there goes a little bit. Yeah, down to 0.1, so he's nearly got rid of his penalty now. So these two just cruising at this stage. Obviously lap 10, there's still 7 laps to go, or 6 and a bit laps to go. So there's no point battling at this stage because I can't imagine either of them are going to break away from the other. So those two can just fight it out on the last lap.
Size off now from the gap behind these 1.8 seconds, so Size got P5 nailed if he can keep on the track.
Good come back from sight. Steph and Junkie Sport continue to battle. Fever try and get back on terms. Bread as well.
In the background, Mikey is he's making his recovery. He was obviously 13th. He's now back up to 11th and 2 seconds off Devil's Nightmare in 10th. So he'll be hoping to recover to 10th. Set at 157.0 on his 8th lap. So
gap's up to 6 seconds now. Best lap from Tom. Unsafe's right on.
I find it absolutely impossible to try and make a move into Ascari.
Yeah,
I got overtook twice there. It was the only place I overtook. Aaron, I overtook one car and got overtook twice. It was both at that corner and an entry.
I don't know, probably went through Chubbs at some point last night. I don't know if that counts as an overtake. More of a through take.
Counts as a date, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Maybe Chubbs, next time you pick it up the builder. So there's 4 are back together then. So the 2 orange cars are one of the pink, one of the purples. Team Aaron car, one. I can't remember what the team name is. A drunken
Jesus.
Rom something or other. Rom drunk. I'd say Rom drunk. His Max is usually the drunk Belgian. So I don't know. The drunk Max team. The 2 7th Wonder and one Team Aaron together. So Bread's back on this. We've got 4-car trade again. He's back out on his own. Safe still on the back of T-Swift there, so he's not got rid of him. At the same time, he's not really making any headway on the front 2. Who are still nose to tail. Pagani still leads. City Posh continues to stalk. And again, just dipping a couple of tyres into the gravel at the edge of the second chicane.
Oh, Tom in the background. He's drifting around the exit.
Awesome. Get around okay.
People, it's 1.4.
He's picked up another penalty there. Steve's the one
You just rack up these. You just rack up these little like half seconds here and there, don't you? It's so tricky to get rid of them.
I mean, I avoided them all night. I got 2 in the space of a couple of corners, and I got like 2 seconds to get rid of. It's dead easy just to do a couple of corners wrong and then you've got 2 seconds. Luckily I got it away, because you can get away at a start, but if you keep picking up lap after lap, it's pretty impossible to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like, Beaver's got rid of 2 attempts there, but if he in the next lap gets another half a second, he's back to square one, or even worse.
It gets even worse once you're pushing to, once you're pushing to catch up with someone. You can get more and more.
That's when you're really aggressive with the curves, isn't it? And that's when you pick up the more of them. So City Posh now right on the back of Pagani. Is he looking to take the lead? Run on the front for a bit, or is he happy to just sit behind and learn where Pagani's strong? In the race he can back out of it there, so he's sitting behind for P2.
It's probably one of the most difficult decisions with this track, like whether you want to be ahead going into the final lap or not.
Yeah. Do you want to be in the lead? I don't think you would.
I agree, I think, but we've seen that you can defend on this track. It's not the widest of tracks, there's not that many big overtaking opportunities, despite the sort of the amount of straight there is on it. It is difficult. I found it impossible to overtake Ron last night once he got past me on the final lap.
Because obviously the car, there's no bent, there's no sort of, you don't have a clear-cut advantage over any of the cars because they're all the same. Obviously, I think you probably learned that from the season we did the Porsche Super Cup, didn't you, as well? It's all about getting around. Oh, just caught the curve at the second part of the second chicane, and that's going to let Fever through.
City Posh had a bit of a dodgy corner. Is he going to slip outside? No, he's okay. Just.
Tom's picked up more penalties though, and he's.
Well, that's going to be a problem now.
1.5 seconds, that's a lot for T. Smith.
You can get rid of it. I'd say we could get rid of that towards the end, but he can't pick up any more, because then he'll start to struggle if he picks up.
There's not that many laps left now.
He's done a quick lap, mind you. He's closed that gap to about 7 tenths.
Purple. That's probably why he picked up the penalty.
Don't think it'll matter now. He's not capturing the top 2 now unless there's a big mistake. It's 4.5 seconds. There's no way.
Steph went very wide out of exit.
Smith getting rid of his penalty. The Parabolica, so unsafe goes back up to P3. Smith there has pretty much got rid of all his penalty bar less than a tenth.
This has got to be so frustrating for Bread as your daddy in 9th, because he's literally he's like 1 to 1.5 seconds off the 3 ahead of him the whole time, and he just can't quite get back and get within slipstream range.
I think maybe the first or the second chicane is probably a good place to do it, because they're going to compromise each other.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, you'd think towards the last couple of laps, yeah.
Left at the helm, he should be okay. What does Fever do here? Does he pop out, or is he here now? Obviously, Junkie Sport's now going to have to brake early. Fever's getting rid of some penalties. He's going early. Steph's gone a little bit deep. They're all going to slow up a little bit in. Now this is Bread each. Look at how much he's pilled in there.
Yep, just needs a little bit more in this last chicane, and then he'll be back on them.
So this is the problem with lowing in the pack. This is what I found last night as well. Like as soon as you're on the back of them, when me and Pete got together a couple of times on track last night, Chubbs, we were about 3 seconds ahead of him. As soon as we were together, that was suddenly 1.8 seconds, and it's like, where the hell have you found all that time from? So it's too challenging to just compromise.
Well, they're right together now, so this is a good time to answer Peteman's question in the comms. Pagani or CPV? He wants a prediction.
Pagani.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pagani as well.
I'll go for it.
2, 2, 1.
You gotta stick your neck out.
I'm gonna go for my team minute. I'm gonna go for City Porsche.
Pagani, no pressure, although if anybody is going to defend on the final lap and make it difficult to get past, probably that man currently in P1. He has led from, well, since probably about the third race distance, and he's decided to drop it.
Red's in. Yep, he's in there now. There we go.
Now unsafe has picked up a penalty.
Oh, terrible timing.
They're picking lots of penalties up this group here.
1.2, 1.7,
the same.
1.5 for Bread. So yeah, Junkie Sport's the only one without penalties down the inside of Faber into the Parabolica. And Faber has been terminated.
He'll be back, don't worry. Where he's coming back from, I don't know. But
I think before he didn't have an overlap anymore. Jumped up into the slipstream, and there was almost contact there. That was almost hasta la vista.
Brett trying to bleed off that penalty. Done it a little bit around the chicane.
1.7.
Now's the time to do it.
Smith is back ahead of Unsafe, and then that'll for the final step of the podium. Oh, Unsafe got the curb. He's in the gravel.
Oh, he goes.
That could be T Smith gone.
P3.
Yeah, T Smith gone. That's exactly what he needed. What is the gap between himself and City Posh? Still 4 seconds. So he's taking another half a second out of them, but he's running out of laps.
If you start battling properly in the last lap, you never know.
4 seconds is a lot. 4 seconds is a lot. If he was 2 seconds back, yeah, I think he'd need to be back maybe 1.5 to have any chance. Although he's gone purple through the second sector. So Taxi Ascari. Smith on a quick lap.
He's really getting the pace of that car now. He's thinking he struggled in the opening 5 or so laps just to get used to it. Race trim, but yeah, he's flying along now.
3 for 4 have now become 2 2s. Steph and Junkie Sport battling. Faber behind, now dealing with Bread. Junkie Sport to the inside. And down to Parabolica. Take P6. He does indeed. Now will Steph switch back underneath him. He goes for the slipstream. And Bread back with the penalties. I've got
push along, Steph. You're out of slipstream range. And Faber.
Ideally, I think he wants to get in front and maybe just back Junkie Sport through the chicane. Would maybe be the way to do it. Junkie Sport has held firm. But Faber looks like he's bridged that chicane. He
absolutely
is through there.
Oh.
Kicks up some gravel on exit though.
Did he get? He didn't get another penalty, did he?
No, he's still on
no,
point.
I don't think so. No.
Well, he shouldn't get a penalty for running well. I say he should get a penalty for running wide through the gravel, but this is GT Sport. Anything goes. Steph down the inside into the second chicane. He's just showing the nose, trying to put Junkie Sport off. Does it work? No, it does not. Oh, Steph has a big slide on exit. There's the gap between T Smith and City Posh. It's 3.9 seconds, so no change there. And we've got 1 lap and a couple of corners to go. City Posh, if you're going to make a move for the lead, now is the time to think about it. The final lap. He's been close. Yeah, he's been following, so we don't really know what City Posh's pace is like. He's not led at any point in this race so far.
Staying there.
When does he want to make his move? Does he want to do it in the first chicane and defend it?
Well, does he do it on the last straight before?
It gets more difficult.
I think
it gets more difficult the later you go.
I think on the final lap you get ahead and then you defend.
Yeah. You don't
There's
want to
no
be going to
getting
Ascari having to get it perfect when you're running right behind someone.
It's tricky.
Trust me.
Here we go then, final lap.
I don't think he's going. He's not. He's going to wait.
Is he? Oh,
He's going for
Yeah.
it. He's doing it on
no,
the
he's
last.
going to sit in. No, he's going to wait. He's going to wait. Interesting. I personally would have gone for it there. I would have taken the lead.
There's a genuine fact that they put in the chat
Fever is following Steph down into the first corner and behind Junkie Sport. They're going to both try and go for the move, possibly.
Is Steph going to come over?
I think Fever's going to drop out. Yeah, that's sensible from Fever.
Bread cuts
Bread
the
is
curb.
nearly inside him. It's going to be another penalty for Bread.
Is it? It is.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got second
it
as
is.
well.
Oh, second.
Painful. Let's go look at the battle for the lead. Pagani just open that gap up a little bit. The battle for the lead then on this final lap. Where does City Posh make his move?
He needs perfect exits.
Steph's made a break for 6th.
I may have figured out why T. Smith made his mistake, as that Aaron has
Yeah,
just
he's
revealed
up
to the
here.
room. he is turtle. He is prairie dogging.
Oh dear. It's not good for your concentration.
Here we go then.
Go City
Out of
Posh.
Ascari, City Posh has had a good run. Pagani's a little wide. That might give him a run, but is he close enough? Here we go.
He's gaining.
He's got to be good.
He's getting there.
He's closing. Does he pop out? Here he comes. To the inside. Down the inside. Yes. He's through. Now can Pagani railroad around the outside. He's got the speed.
Oh,
Pushing it for everything it's worth. It's got to go to the line.
I think so.
gonna
Oh,
be-
then Pagani's
Pagani's got
coming
it.
back.
Oh,
Pagani's coming
Pagani's
back.
He's on
got
the inside. He's got the speed around the outside. Oh my word.
What a victory. Pagani holds on.
Great finish.
Brilliant work.
D. Smith third. Unsafe will come home in P4. Blue flag recovers to P5. Good recovery from him. Steph is going to come out with the battle for P6. Ahead of Junkie Sport. Fever's going to be 8th. Pressure Daddy is 9th.
Ooh.
Devil's
Tell you what,
Nightmare.
Devil's Nightmare just hanging on around Ascari. He was, I checked at the beginning of this lap, he was 6.5 seconds ahead of Mikey. Now he's 2 seconds. He's just got to get around Parabolic as hold on to 10th.
Well, the time's gone because his personal best on lap 14, and the lap time was not that different last time around, so
Yeah, it's just this lap, I think.
just his laps.
You can see actually he's going way over 2. He's going way over 2 minutes. It's going to be like a 2 minutes far.
So he's had an offer on this lap.
Yeah.
Gets away with it. Mikey
He's
comes home for P11.
Well done.
Robin Norris is going to be P12. He's managed to
Callboy's just completely cut Ascari.
and almost drops it. Go on, Joey.
Strong
Norris.
work there.
Robin Norris out of the Parabolica. He will come home P12. For a man who did no practice before this race and no practice at this track, and brings it home. Callboy will round Parabolica.
I put my detective's hat on. I think that 2:08 on lap 12 might have cost him a little bit.
Yes, I'd say that's fairly pedestrian lap time, if I'm honest. So he clearly had enough of some variety on that lap. But Pagani holds on by 0.06 of a second. Now, do not adjust your TV. It is not Mazda week, or it's not karting week again. It is victory from Pagani. Comes from third on the grid. And defeats the front row. So there we have it then. First race down, second race to go. Lago Maggiore GP. It will be a reverse grid, so Callboy and Nobby Norris will be on the front row. City Posh and Pagani will be at the very back. Now, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to come through at Maggiore, as we found last night.
It's not easy.
Not easy. It's also quite difficult to bleed penalties.
I couldn't get past anyone last night. I was
Yeah.
stuck. Well,
By and
you got
large,
stuck as
by
well,
and
didn't you,
large,
SBI?
yeah. By and large, you have to wait and see if someone makes a mistake, particularly down into the sort of the weird right-hander, so just before the S's. Quite often people can go deep and go a bit wide there, and you can cut up the inside, which I managed to do a couple of times. But apart from that, yeah, it was waiting for someone to make a mistake. It took me about 4 or 5 laps, I think, to get past Captain Chubbs when we were battling. So yeah, it's very, very difficult. Right then.
To Maggiore. Of course, this is one of the in-game's original tracks from the mines of the guys at Play Digital. What do you think about Maggiore as a circuit? Do you like it?
I like it.
I like it.
I think the corner at the bottom of the hill and the final corner are, I think, two of the best corners.
Yeah, I
in the
agree
game.
completely. Love that right-hander.
Although I seem to take that final corner completely different to everyone else, which it nearly cost me last night.
Yeah, I say I call it the grass once, I think, at upper right-hander. Just about saved it. Brown.
I actually bumped Peatman off the track at that corner, because I think, I don't know, it's the corner I do best on this track, and I took it so quickly. And I actually bumped him. Oh my god, I took it so much quicker. It's a tricky circuit, though, certain parts of this.
Who was pole for that last one? Was it?
It was T. Smith.
Oh, it was T. Smith.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it was City Porsche again, Pagani.
In my new capacity as scoremaster, I'm updating the scores live as we go. So you might be able to tell you who's got a good chance of being top of the table. Obviously, subject to Institute's reviews. Aaron's currently top. Yep. So I should be able to tell you what people need in terms of points when we go into this race.
On board with, so just trying to get the pits bred. Lap of Maggiore then. So tricky left-hander, then there's hairpin immediately afterwards, so that's the place you can run wide very early on. And then Brett needs to go a little bit over. I think he turned a little bit too early there for turn 3, so he gets away with it. And again, tricky turn 3. You can cut quite a lot of that corner again, the curbing on the inside. There's also plenty of run up on the outside here, as I used at one point last one. It's been dubbed the T. Smith line around the outside there. And then this is the tricky turn 5, so you're going right on the edge of the circuit for one. You're braking and turning slightly. If you go straight on, you are on the grass and you are getting sucked into the runoff. But you get some nice run up the hill.
I struggle with most around here is the right-hander at the end of the straight, the end of sector 1. Being a long right-hander. What I tend to do there when I make a mistake is I end up tapping the grass. See how you're all really wide to enter? I usually tap the grass on the outside and it spins me out. I guess I've done that. Once last night and then near the end I lost like 4 positions because of it.
Around that little big banked hairpin there, you can get a good run through there. You can good run up the hill here. Let's see if it's in trouble through the right-hander. And this tricky double right-hander here. So down third gear, apex nicely, and use it all track on the outside.
Anyone got a prediction? I'm going to go for T. Smith on this one.
I think that's probably sensible.
He's going to be in the mix. Brett's going for a centre cowboy, and he's absolutely nailed him into the final corner, and put a cowboy on the grass just to.
Do we think Phoebe's got a chance?
He was showing some good lap times the other day when we were practicing. I jumped in the lobby with him, and he was doing. Solid lap times.
I know how quick he can be generally.
He can get a clean race. I think he's definitely with a shout.
Yeah, if he can get past a few people and sort of get to the front early. But that's sort of what we saw for a while. He did get caught in the end, but Lennon started quite near the front of the grid and then got out towards the front.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
There we go then. Second race of the evening. The reverse grid from Maggiore. We've got Corway and Nobby Norris on the front row. Mikey and Devil's Nightmare and Bread
hopefully Cowboy gets this started.
Yeah, I think he might have jumped the start last time because he didn't get away very quickly. The wheels are up. And to release the brake, Joey. There we go, away he goes.
Might done again.
Getting swamped by his teammate as they come into the brake. He said, oh, Brad's gone for a big send into turn 1. Gets it stopped right on the apex in front of Cowboy. And just about gets away with it.
Aggressive.
That
it
was,
worked.
He licked that and he sent that with some force, so he gets away with it. Huge big move. Blue flag up to 6th already. He had a good start. T. Smith up to 7th as well. Just up from here, Phoebers battling with him. 2 or 3 wide in the pack as they come out of turn 4. Here we go then, up to this tricky uphill right-hander. And we see anybody making a mistake. There's always contact there in the pack. On the grass, who's that? Was that City Posh? It was, and that's dropped him back down to P12. Devil's had a poor start and he's down to 13th already. Blue flag at P5, T. Smith already P6. These two have made good progress. Phoebus had a moment, he got shuffled back a little bit. Almost got a second penalty. T. Smith and Blue Flag making good progress. Pagani and City Posh slightly slower progress. Looking all the way to the hairpin. The corner's gone very deep. Who's going to come back? Oh, contact, he's in the gravel. Didn't see the Pink Panther up the inside of him. Very, very deep into the hairpin. Right to P7.
It's potentially a good break for Brad up front at the minute. 2nd and a half clear from Nobby Norris in 2nd. Although T. Smith is already up to 5th with Blue Flag.
Oh, Nobby through.
Oh, Need to slow down.
Oh, Jockey spotted to the back of Nobby Norris.
This corner. Yeah, that's not going to help it. Whoa!
Oh, where's Nobby Norris gone?
Oh,
contact! Oh,
save!
There's nothing he could do about that. He got a little bit of a tap from Junkie, it sent him wide, and that was it.
Smith on the inside.
For Nobby. All the way down to 11th for Nobby Norris.
Unsafe as well, innocent victim there. They just a little touch of the grass, just spat him across the track. He had to avoid the pit lane. Not side him back across the other way, and unsafe. He's the unlucky recipient of that.
That has put T. Smith and Blue Flag up to 2nd and 3rd, so I think we're about to see how this race might start panning out already.
Yeah, Pagani now up to 6th through all of that. He's on the back of just Mikey.
Right, if anyone's interested in some live pre-stewarding scoring, at the minute City Posh and Pagani are 18 points behind Aaron at the top of the table. So either of them finishing in the top 4 or 5 will, if either of them finish in the top sort of 4, they will take the lead, and T. Smith's just a point behind them on 186 to 187, so it's pretty close at the top. Which is exactly what we want to see, of course.
Mikey's a little bit wide. Oh, comes back across. He's going to try to go the long way around as they drag up the hill. Inside the second part though. Give him some racing room. He doesn't hold the inside seat. Probably going to give him a push through. Moved on. That's
Mikey's left in the room there. Yeah.
Just put back in for the City Posh. The City Posh has not got through, and he's the one that's struggled to make the progress that the others have. Garni now P5 on the back of Junkie Sport. Blue Flag. T. Smith 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, Bred's wide up front.
Very wide.
He's held it, but he's dropped about. He's dropped over a 2nd, and they're going to be right on him now. It's a shame, he was looking good till then. He wasn't really dropping any time, but
let's put them right on him now.
It's all gone. He needs to hold his nerve now because he's got a big queue of cars behind him.
He's brought those two, Junkie Sport and Pagani, onto the back of him. And Fever's not far back either. Mikey's still ahead of City Posh.
Ooh, where's T. Smith going? It's an ambitious move. He's going to make it there.
Where is he? Blue Flag up the inside. We're going to go 3
Oh,
wide.
you can do it, but it's not ideal.
Oh, he's going to back out.
Not ideal. Oh, Bread. Oh, Bread.
Caught the grass. Saved it again. Blue flag takes the lead. They came in first, second and third. Bread, T Smith and Blue flag. They come out. Blue flag, T Smith and Bread. Although T Smith takes the lead. This is not done. Pagani through on Junkie Sport to fourth. Keep his head in.
You know T Smith's not going to be happy after the first race.
Look at how defensive he's going here. Blue flag over slipstream. Bread going for it as well. They're all...
Oh, 3-1 again. Oh, it's not going to go well for here.
Bread's going for the scent.
Bread needs to pull an Aaron.
Oh, he's
inside Blue flag.
He's ghosted.
Oh
dear, that's not me one, is it? I thought the chubs a few times last night. Can't help that.
Sometimes you have to put him in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
The fear I had,
on
I was behind him and through him so many times, I'm just waiting for him to go solid and punt him off, so I was like, I was really apprehensive around him because I didn't want to punt him off.
Oh, is he going?
A little bit deep.
Brett held second. Brett held second ahead of Blue flag there, but then he went wide into that corner. He's just letting back through, and now Pagani's having a look as well. And they're lining up behind.
6-4 the lead at the moment because Fever's on the back of this as well. Junkie Sport coming in hot, just giving Pagani a rub.
C-Posh has got himself ahead of Steph and Mikey.
So C-Posh through to P7. There's a bit of a gap though to close.
Where is Devil's Nightmare going? Oh my word.
Oh, he's on the grass.
That's a good question.
Just saw him drifting around the final corner onto the grass. He's held on.
I can almost hear the raging Pagani's helmet with Junkie Sport looking up left, right and centre at the minute. Oh, he's up the inside of Bread. Around the outside of Bread. He's got the move done, has he? Should have it done now.
He's going to have to break hard for this corner. You can cut that corner to an insane degree, I found out last night.
And go wide to an insane degree.
Yeah, you can literally be up against that wall on the inside and not get a penalty.
Mental.
We've got 3, we're down to 4th.
This is allowing City Posh to get on the back.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Sport and Fever side by side. Position for now. City Posh. Steph and Mikey joining the back of this pack. Unsafe recovering. He's up to P10. Ballboy going well in 11th. And Nobby and Devil who just took a lawnmower class. T Smith now trying to make a break. He's got a big gap already. Running around the outside of Blue Flag at the hairpin. Blue Flag's going to try and hold it on the inside. He has to drop back in again, but that gap has opened up. T Smith is away and running.
He's gone.
Keeper's right on the back of Cole.
Bread's coming back at Pagani. City Posh is on the back of
driving
Fever now
well
as well.
around here.
I seem to like this one.
He's definitely got a few... Oh, hello.
That'll be a penalty.
I'll take that back.
that will be a penalty.
I was about to say he seems to have a few tracks under his belt. There's Bread and others he seems to struggle on, but he seems to know his way around that one, not that corner notwithstanding.
Look at this train of cars we've got here then.
That's a 2035 from T Smith.
That is quick.
No one's catching him.
Turn 1, he's on the grass, he's going to come back on. We missed Pagani. Kicks the back end out. Through goes Fever. City Posh trying to get through as well.
Hold on.
Steph on Junkie Sport. Junkie Sport getting shuffled backwards here as well. Ooh, Steph contact with the back of Bread. That's put City Posh wide as well.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Smashed at the back of Bread.
A bit frenetic in the pack here. Bread back up the inside of City Posh into the right-hander. Backs out of it though, does he? City Posh is wide.
Hold it.
Trying to run the long way around.
Oh, Steph's going to try to get through the middle.
Oh, what is he doing? Oh, don't do that. I mean, that's just stupid.
Oh, Steph's
where's Junkie Sport going?
Oh, contact. Bread. Hip and shoulder to Steph. Here comes Junkie Sport back into it. Now Mikey's in this as well. Unsafe on the back of this as well now as well. So this pack just gets bigger and bigger.
Mikey's joining the party. Oh my word.
There's Mikey. P8. On the inside of Junkie Sport. To the hairpin. Oh, he goes on
There's
Brett.
brakes.
Oh, he did Brett.
He's contact.
This is his teammate.
Oh no!
Oh, Brett's off in the gravel.
Oh, the team.
Oh, Team
no.
Aaron falls apart live on stream.
Oh, God help us.
God almighty. Yeah,
It's all gone wrong. Aaron's going to be raging.
It's a lot more frenetic than last night. Last night was very controlled and measured.
Meanwhile, untroubled by all of the goings on behind him is T. Smith, who is running away with this. 205 or 203.5 last time around. What does he do this time?
He's going quicker.
Not done a 57.1 like it says on my screen. He's done a 203.4, so another 203.4. 10th quicker. Pagani
as
blue
quick as
flag.
It's as quick as we've seen. I think we saw a 203.2 or 203.1 last night, but that was definitely with a bit of slipstream help, I think. So.
Anyway,
no one's catching him at that pace. Yeah, no one's catching T. Smith at that pace.
Pagani the 203, but the 203.9, so he's losing about half a second a lap at the minute. You know, Blue Flag have got away from the pack. Fever's also managed to make a break. City Posh is out of the pack now. Then you've got Unsafe, who's back up to 6th. So he's picked his way through. Steph 7th, Junkie Sport 8th, Mikey 9th with Bread 10th after the goings on.
Unsafe was massively helped by that chaos.
Cutting the grass on the inside there, he's at a moment. Here goes Devil. Oh, he's had a drama somewhere as well.
Aaron in the chat. Oh dear. Yeah. It's not gone well, has it?
The debrief's not going to be a pretty one tonight.
No, they've still got a chance. I mean, there's still be battles going on ahead of them. They've still got a chance to recover. There's a long way to go yet.
Flying formation at the moment. Brett now back ahead of him, 9th and 10th. But the pack has now strung out a little bit, so nobody's that close anymore. Captain just opened up Guardian blue flag. Running around 2nd and 3rd. He's going to do anything to try and close down on T. Smith, but it doesn't look like it. He's bolted. To complete lap 6.
So Aaron defending his lap times from last night in the chat. Oh, fair enough. Yes, you're right. He's right. He was doing about those times. So
this is Aaron. This track is Aaron's track, so this is his favourite track by a long way. So
there's no need for T. Smith to push it too hard. I'll say that.
You see him drifting round to one.
Yeah.
Kick the back end out, drifting to the hairpin.
City Posh and Fever are battling a bit further back, coming out of turn 2.
Bad youth almost.
Yeah, City Posh has got him.
He went wide at the last corner, and then he went wide at turn 1 as well.
That was all the intervention that City Posh needed. Although he's now gone a little bit hot into turn 4, gets it crossed up, but gathered it up again. And Sage recovered into P6.
Oh no, where's Cowboy? Oh dear.
Having some dramas.
He's about 6 seconds off Nobby in 12th.
Yeah, lap 5.
He was a bit closer than that earlier.
He was running P11, but a 2.14
not looking too healthy.
I must believe he's had a bit of a drama somewhere.
I think the two races are kind of flipped from what they were last night. I think this race last night was a lot more cars stuck together last night in our race.
Looks like he's had a drama somewhere. He's dropped the back of Pagani, and now he's under pressure from City Posh and Fever. So he's lost a couple of seconds somewhere. City Posh on the attack. Blue flag goes defensive. City Posh going to go all the way around the outside. I've seen it done. And switch back though, he's got a good line, but Blue flag parks it in the middle of the track. City Posh has nowhere to go. Oh, in the background, Unsafe and Steph going at it. Safe fends off Steph for now.
Might try it down the inside in the next corner. Oh, the outside.
Blue flag covers again, and it's just slowing them up now though. Pagani's getting away. That's going to let Unsafe and Steph, if they weren't battling, they would probably close up, but if they're battling as well, they're probably dropping back as well. So
Pagani a full 4 seconds off the lead though. He's going to really struggle now. Alright, T. Smith comes. This lap is
another 3.4.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that the lap times he's doing, because those were getting done last night. It's the consistency of the lap times he's doing.
I think he's got this one down now. He's shaken the last race off. He's had a shit in between, and he's flying.
Like most of us last night probably got the odd lap in the free. I mean, I know I got free. Aaron got quite a few laps in the free, but I don't think many of us can do frees that consistent in that low frees. Isn't it? Like 3.4. I mean, I got a 3.6 in slipstream.
That's what made Aaron's race last night, wasn't it? The consistency of doing solid 203. Like, even they were like sort of like mid to high 203s, it was just consistently doing those times. Everybody around him doing a 203, the 204, and then it's just eking away.
I can get nowhere near 3.4 without slipstream. Like I was in like the low 4s without slipstream. 3.4 is just nuts without slip. Mental lap times.
Well, you've got 2 are away and on the road. The battle's really on for P3.
Just looking through people's fastest times. The only one who can even come close is City Posh, and obviously he's caught up in the traffic. So.
Again then, another up there. I think if I go defensive, City Posh gets alongside. He's ahead. Can he hang on around the outside? Can he cut back perhaps this time? No, again. Pops out.
That's a dodgy run, Paul.
Bieber's just keeping a watching brief, and he got alongside this time. He'll have the inside now for the right-hander. And it could be the move done here.
Have this now.
He does indeed. Now Feeble wants a piece of this. Goes like scythe to the inside. The move back. No, City Posh has got the move done.
Cut him off.
So now can City Posh do anything about closing down a Pagani? Now Pagani's come back to them a little bit.
He has. Smith has done basically what Aaron did yesterday. Consistently fast lap times and just made a breakaway, and he's off now. Aaron started to get caught near the end, but he'd made such a big gap up at the time.
It didn't matter.
He was just managing that gap at the end, trying to avoid penalties. Down the inside into turn 1. City Posh are going to hang on around the outside.
That's
there.
You always
inside for 2. He can hang on around the outside though, because City Posh gets the back end.
It's a good move if you can on all the way around these 4 corners. He's got it. Yeah.
A little bit tight there. City Posh trying to sweep. City Posh is wide. There's Fever up the inside. Not quite close enough. These 3 are battling hard, and behind him, Unsafe and Steph are just starting to chip away. Unsafe has done a lap. So Unsafe in the last 3 laps has done a 203.991 and a 203.992.
Something's just happened between Bread Is Your Daddy and Junkie Sport. I didn't see it, but I just saw Junkie Sport slowing down to let Bread back through. So, or through anyway. So, something's gone on there. Bread's up to 8th. Mike seems to have dropped off a bit now.
Have a dodgy lap the last lap. That's why he came back to 5.3 with a very dodgy lap.
Here we go again then. City Posh versus Blue Flag Part 4. Flag going very defensive again. City Posh pins him to the inside and trying to do it around the outside this time. Blue Flag strips the door. But while these guys are doing 204s and 205s, behind him, Unsafe's doing 203s. He's bringing Steph with him, so if they continue the battle, they're still side by side. Back ahead again, but look,
they're still happy to stick together now and try and catch up. They're not far off.
This helps Pagani as well, because he had a dodgy lap, and he's now extending that as well.
Look at Unsafe lap times on lap 8 and lap 6. 203.991, 203.992. Thousands of a second part.
His pace then, clearly.
I've got completely different lap times on my screen. Stupid game.
Always
he flashes a little bit there. Down the inside.
The camera angle. They're going to try and do what Blue Flag did to him. Not quite close to Fever's up the inside. Again, you just round the outside.
Down the inside of side, possibly.
Step up the inside of Unsafe as well. Unsafe sweeps around the outside.
They need to work together for now.
They've lost half a second that lap on their previous laps.
Another dodgy lap from Pagani though, so I mean 247 he's lost a couple of
time to T Smith, but he may still made 3 up on Blue Flag, so in terms of the race lead I think that's probably gone, barring a mistake from T Smith, which you have seen him do tonight, but he's looking very serene. 7 seconds that gap now. the action really is. It's battle for the final step of the podium, and whether or not
Aaron has christened Blue Flag the most irritating person to race against because of his defending. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Who's worse to behind in this situation, me or Blue Flag?
Look how close he is to the inside there. He just shut them off completely. I don't know. I spent a while battling with you, Lee, last night. It was pretty difficult.
I didn't really have it in me last night, so I kind of let you go a bit easier.
Then you ran wide and I just overtook you. But
well, it was that, yeah. I didn't really fight it last night because I knew you just. My mindset was follow you, and then I might be able to catch up. But then I kept making mistakes and you got away again. So go again.
A recurring theme here, isn't it? Laugh after a laugh.
Fever just continues to watch. Behind them, Unsafe continues to close.
This is the thing that's changing. It's 1.5 seconds now. It's a couple of laps that he's going to be up with them.
7 out of the last 8 laps. T. Smith is set at 3.
Fever to the inside.
That's still there though.
As comms from Peatman, Blue Flag, City Posh or Fever for third.
City Posh. I think he'll get there eventually.
I'm gonna go for Fever. I just think there'll be some sort of battle or incident or something between the other two, and he might just nip through.
Well, again, look at how tight they are to the inside. Fever's.
He's very patient.
Unsafe is coming.
He's been very patient.
Yeah. To be fair, that we should probably include Unsafe release in this conversation.
Maybe even Steph as well, because he's coming with him. They're both coming. They're nearly there.
On Blue Flag.
I mean, you never know. They might have a 5-car collision, and Brett as your daddy comes through to take the podium. Fingers crossed.
In response to my question to Aaron, the response was, I enjoy racing you both, but my issue with you is always bumping to the back of you because of the solid traction out of corners. Blue Flag maybe you want to smash your head against a cactus.
He's clearly thought about this a lot.
I think he hates us both equally.
Yes.
Okay. So City Posh has now got the move done for the best part of a lap. Blue Flag now looking in his mirrors at Fever, and Unsafe is definitely there. So Unsafe has bridged the gap, Steph. Just a little bit behind still, but if they start battling again, it'll be with them.
This is definitely what makes us such a great league for anybody that is watching who's not in FTRL. It's what makes us such a great league. We all love each other and hate each other in equal measure.
I don't love anybody, I hate you all. But I hate you all equally.
That's good to know.
Oh, new fast slap.
That's it.
203.3. He's determined to get below 2 or 3 before the end of the race, isn't he? There's absolutely no need for him to be pushing this hard. He's 8.5 seconds ahead.
Yes. Do we want to hark back to the BTC season Unsafe release at Big Willow? He was away. He was clear. He decided he wanted to go for the fastest lap.
God, yes.
And he binned it and lost what would have been his first victory in GT1. So there were lessons to be learned, Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Lessons to be learned. This 3-car battle is now a 4-car battle.
Meanwhile, Bolt is egging him on in the chat, saying he's still 2/10 off the fastest lap from last night.
Aaron says he loves everybody except Zach, Mike, and Simon's dog.
He actually loves me. He just likes to make out that he actually hates me. It's fine. I can accept the hate.
So Fever has got the move on Blue Flag done. So Blue Flag going backwards. Now he's got Unsafe in his mirrors. City Posh having got clear has not run away yet. So Fever is going to be looking to reel him in. There we go again. Snake into the inside. Good run on Fever though. Is he going to have a look into the hairpin? Not this time. I have a cat on my lap and a cat creeping over my shoulder. Get right in front of my face so I can't see the TV. That's right. Get out of my face. Thank you. There we go. Flag down the inside of Fever. And
One
going to follow
safe, well
him
and
through.
truly in this battle now. Yeah.
Through. Just gives him a couple of love taps on the way through.
City Posh is off though.
See, Bosch has made a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Slipstream range, so that could be critical. That's going to leave Blue Flag battling with our German contingent.
Unacceptable lap time from Tom.
Fever's wide.
204.6.
Oh, Fever's very wide. Oh, he's had a big moment.
Disqualified.
Yeah.
Fever having a drama through the final corner.
Oh, he needs to stay with him now.
Oh, one safe down the inside of turn 1. He's up to 4th. That'll be what Fever needs. I'll back these two up, although he's had another slide through the first hairpin.
Drift, yeah.
But he's gone like me last night. I think his head's just got a little bit and...
Yeah, he just needs to calm it down. Steph's with him now, though.
His teammates shouldn't
in the party
really
again.
work together.
Yeah.
Maybe until the last lap at least, try and get back on terms. There's places to be had, so... Unsafe Blue Flag continue to battle, which Blue Flag's up the insides. Unsafe sweeps around the outside. Keeps position. What's the gap between City Posh and Pagani? 3.7, so he's probably safe, yeah. I think he's probably safe barring a mistake. The race leader, well, I don't really see him. There's not a lot's going on, other than he's lapping quite quickly.
I mean, it has an R204, I mean, I don't know what they're doing.
Blue Flag on unsafe into the hairpin. He's down the inside. Unsafe hang on around the outside. He's going to give it a go. He'll have the speed coming off the corner, but Blue Flag's going to shut the door in his face. And that is move done for Blue Flag. Back to 4th. Not going down without a fight, Blue Flag.
I think Junkie Sport's going to be happy with this race in particular. He was right in there in Monza, backing him for most of it, and he's sort of on his own in 9th place at the minute.
Yeah, I think this race last night was quite spread out, wasn't it? A lot of it.
Yeah, it does get spread out. If you have an incident early on, as he did, it just tends to get a bit stretched out.
P9, Mikey in P10. He said he wanted a couple of top 10s tonight. Missed out just in the first race in P11. P10 in this one, so he's where he needs to be. However, Nobby Norris not a million miles away, so he could have some company before the end of the race. Devil's Nightmare P12. I think we've come to expect quite a lot of Devils from the first few weeks, haven't we? But he's had some very good results.
It was the karting victory. I think.
He had a strong run last time out as well in the Masters. He had a couple of strong runs as well.
And he did well. It was the karting victory, and then he did very well in the time trial, as I recall.
He completed his
smashed that, yeah.
His time, so he was on very good form.
I'm trying to figure out the theme of his livery. I think it's just general cartoon characters.
Seems to be it now. Unsafe has dropped off the back of Blue Flag and is now back in the clutches of Fever. Unsafe has had a moment somewhere. Looks like on this lap as well. Slipstream, and now he's back in with his friend the compatriot. Steph is also trying to buy into this, so these three look like could be getting together. Hairpin, he's just going to sit in behind them. They're going to try and work together to get back on terms with Blue Flag.
And these two used to working together, they should be able to gain a bit of time, you'd think.
So, Posh clear in 3rd. Blue Flag's trying to give chase now that he's got 3 of the advances on Fever and Unsafe. Right on the periphery of this battle, he just can't quite get into it. He's been tantalisingingly close for laps after lap. He's now within a second, but he's just outside of slipstream range still, so it's just not quite there.
Too fast from Unsafe.
Running around the white line, wasn't he? He's playing with fire.
Well, there's sometimes he's just pushing. They're both just pushing a bit too hard still, I think. You've seen Unsafe go inside 204. If he does that again, he'll be back on Blue Flag.
Blue Flag is closing on City Posh. The podium is not necessarily done. Just over a second.
Oh, an awful lap. Where did that go?
It's kind of flown by in the end, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Junkie's had an incident somewhere. He's dropped behind Mikey, and Nobby Norris is joining the party as well. So Mikey could be on for 9th here if he can hang on. Oh, they're both wide. Junkie's thought got the better run out of there purely due to the fact that he went wider off the track than Mikey did.
He had 2:13 on that lap, so he's had a big off somewhere.
Come on, Mikey, hold it! Oh, dear.
Using all the track and a little bit more.
Fever on the outside unsafe. Hand up.
Get the move done, so Fever's
He's made it, yeah.
said he wants to lead the charge. Can he do anything about blue flag? That gap must have opened up again. He's still just tantalisingly out of range of City Posh. Meanwhile, your race leader coming up to the final corner for the penultimate time. He's picked himself up a half-second penalty there, which he's now getting rid of. I think he's got plenty of time to do that. But he doesn't even really need to do that, because he could have just taken it to the end. But there he goes. He starts his final lap now. And in the background, there's Pagani, there he is, coming out of the final corner. Pagani, he's been constantly in the 204s, mid to low 204s, but he's just not been able to live with the pace. The road. Steph now very much in this battle on the final lap then, so he's got a chance here. And we've got a very lonely British dad in the background, and then this 3-car scrap. Mikey, Junkie Sport and Nobby Norris. There's a nice place.
This is going to be a fun last lap for these three.
Oh, Mikey's coming
on. Where's Mikey going? Mikey! Oh no!
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh, Jesus.
There goes Junkie Sport.
He's going to let him through.
We're going side by side. Is Nobby Norris going to give Mikey a push?
No. He's there. He's going to drop him.
Oh, Junkie Sport's gone hot.
Oh, Junkie! Oh, is he gone?
No, he's got it just too hot.
He's binned it. He's absolutely binned it.
And there goes his top 10. So it's now Mikey and Nobby Norris battling over P9.
Yes, good point. Thank you, Peteman. Please like the stream. If you're on and watching, helps us a lot.
Laggy. Push that thumb up. Thank you very much. We love you long time. Oh, Fever and Unsafe are battling hard. Going left, going right. Good spirits, I imagine. Just imagine these two are in a party.
Steph just needs to stick to his line here. He could be in with a shot come the end of the...
Fever's at the gravel!
race. Oh, Fever's gone!
Big
he's held it! How has he held that? Oh, he's dropped it anyway, but... Oh...
So
don't know, he's not facing the wrong way.
Huge slide there. Wasn't any contact, or was that Fever just trying to take too much speed around the hairpin?
I think he's just pushing it too hard. Here comes T Smith for the win. Just thinking about setting another 203 just for, you know, just for the fun of it.
I think it will be.
203.9 to finish off. And that is a victory for T Smith. Pagani.
Mikey is holding on against Nobby Norris. It's nip and tuck as they come around the final few corners.
See, Bosch is third. Blue flag fourth.
Nobby's 2 tenths behind.
Unsafe. Steph.
Oh, but he's dropped it off the...
It's not over. It's not over.
It's not done yet.
Oh, Nobby's picked up a penalty
yes,
though.
it is now. Getting rid of that penalty before the line. Mikey just needs to get around this last corner.
It's easier said than done.
Please tell me I haven't cursed him.
He's taken it very pedestrianly.
Yeah,
it's alright, it doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. He's got it, it's a good result for Mikey.
Junkie Sports disappointed end to his race.
Yeah.
Promised quite a lot more than P11. I don't think that's fitting of his drive in that one. That was a very lonely race for him in the end. He's going to come home with P12. Where's Joe? There he is. Couple of corners to go. Joe's first season on GT Sport. It's all a bit of a learning curve for him. And of course, jumping from car to car every week, it's difficult, I think, especially when we've spent a
not
lot
easy.
of seasons in the same car or the same two cars. You get to know your car and learn a bit about it. And this, obviously, you're just jumping from car to car every week. He's doing a sterling job. Every race is a lesson. The victory, though, goes to fastest lap and a clean race bonus as well, up 10 positions. Probably disappointed with P3 in the first one, but he'll be very happy with the victory in that one. And that rounds off this evening's coverage. So thank you very much for joining us. Any final thoughts on that one, boys?
Well, mate, if you give me 30 seconds, I might be able to give you some live scoring updates.
Okay, we'll have some thoughts from Zach then. That can kill some time.
Obviously, subject to any stewards' inquiries.
Yeah. To be honest, it was. I think both nights have been much better than last week. I mean, obviously, last Friday was perfect, racing standards, but yeah, I think the last 2 nights have been perfect, to be honest. I mean, a lot of good racing. But it was maybe a little bit more incidents tonight, maybe than there was last night. But I think overall, it was 2 really good races again.
Yeah, definitely. I think the standard slipstream, so the real slipstream then rather than the strong, has just spread everything out a little bit more, so it's not quite on top of each other. Nobody's tripping over each other quite so much. That has definitely helped. But yeah, no, two strong races. I think the tense battle for the win, the first one, great scrap there out the final corner. City Posh chose to wait till the very end, and Pagani clung on by his fingernails, so a first and a second for him. I think he'll be very happy with his night's work. City Posh a second and a third. Again, a good return, and then T Smith with a win and a third. I think he might be a little bit disappointed, to be honest, I think, with especially having led the early going at Monza, but still solid evening's work. Do we have some live scores?
Here we go. So, I don't think we saw too much in the way of serious incidents tonight and last night. So, hopefully we won't see any, or at least many, penalties handed out this week, which would be very good news. So, reasonably confident with these. Then, so at the moment we see T Smith is leading the championship, as is his wont. 211 points after round 4, but very, very closely followed by Pagani on 209. And then we've got 2 points further back from them is City Posh on 207, and 2 points further back from him is Aaron on 205. So it's really, really close. We've then got a bit of a gap. You've got Bolts in 5th, Rom in 6th, Peteman is 7th, and then yours truly 8th, Flicks 9th, and Blue Flag rounding out the top 10. As for the team championship, that leaves. I would have to check these because I'm not sure if my Excel spreadsheeting is correct. But Forward Racing still lead the championship. It's on 634. Then Pagani's Ponies 620, and Team Aaron a bit further back on 564. Right now the top 3, and they're just 1 point ahead of, deep breath, an unsafe junkie called Pete Romelson.
Just rolls off the tongue, that name, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's real close, which is great news.
And of course, this is only week 4 of 12, so yeah, a long
week
way to go.
5 is the week
Japanese
5
joust.
is the Japanese joust. Oh yes,
It
with
is
the Toyotas.
Toyota 86 next week, so I think maybe this is probably done the wrong way around in terms of building the car, because the Toyota's a lot slower than, well, I say a lot slower, it's slower than the Ferrari in a straight line, but obviously corners a lot better, so that's where he makes his time up. So it's going to be a slightly different challenge again next week. And we are racing all Japanese tracks next week, so we have got
Tokyo, Kyalami? Tokyo, Kyoto.
one of the
Kyoto.
Kyotos, yeah, we've got one of Kyotos, 2 of the Tokyos, and
Then the
Fuji
Tokyos.
Yeah.
ahead of us next week, so 4 races to look forward to next week.
Left-hander.
Yeah, we are back. And that is the end of FTRL action for this week. So we are back again on Monday with ACC, and we're back to a full quota of 5 days of FTRL action with the return of F1 season 16. Starts on Tuesday and Wednesday from the Vietnamese circuit that there never was.
Thailand.
Shut up. Shut up, Zach. Just get in the dustbin. Thank you very much. And then, of course, we're back with GT Sport on Thursday and Friday, so I do hope you can join us for some or all of the action we are going to put on for you next week. And yeah, we are going to start prepping and getting excited for next week's races already. So thank you very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you haven't already liked the stream before you go, please do give us a like. It helps us out lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Alright, but from us, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again soon.
Have a good evening.
Bye.